Hello everyone, it's Jessica and I'm back with another layout using up some acrylic stash with some of my scrappy friends. And today I am also participating in 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life with this sketch by Marcia Den Nix. And I am starting off with a cut file, and to be honest, I cannot remember where this cut file is from. It's already loaded in my Design Space Cricut software, and I just pulled it into my Design Space and cut it out. So I need to check and see who this is from so I can link it below for you, but I'll do that. And all I did was I pulled out one of my Not Just for Boys Kit Club kits from the month of June here, and I'm using that along with this cute cut file. So I've already cut it out. I'm going to actually do some machine stitching on all of those sun rays as well. And I'm just using some Thermoweb Easy Tear tape here to map my photos onto some smooth white cardstock. I've pulled out my date stamp by Paige Evans. I've already put my date into that and I set it aside because I write all my dates on the back of my photos. It really helps me keep track of them and where they need to go. So here I've done all my machine stitching. As you can see, I've just done some black simple stitching on my sewing machine, and I've pulled in that cute little sun sticker from the Vicki Boutin Wear to Next collection. And then I'm just going to mat my photos again with some of the patterns from that same collection. And I'm just using that same Easy Tear tape again to mat those photos. And then I'm just going to cut those out. And I'm actually going to stagger these a little bit. And I'm going to keep them centered like the sketch had. It looked like they were pretty well centered. And then for the little banner pieces in the sketch underneath the photos, I'm actually just going to tear some paper. This is one of my favorite things to do lately, to put underneath my photos is just some little pieces of torn paper, just kind of layer them together. So I'm going to pull out another pattern from the same paper pad and layer that on top of that green one. And I just love this. It's like a little map print, and it's kind of a bluish color. I just really love that paper. But I had a play with it. I was trying to figure out if I wanted it to go on top or underneath that green pattern. But then I just decided to kind of stagger them a little bit and put it underneath. So it's just kind of peeking through there. So I just used my tape runner from Thermoweb on that just to adhere those layers together. I'm just fluffing up the edges with my fingertips. And then I'm just going to adhere that down to my page underneath both of my photos. My photos today that I'm using are of my two boys, and they were inside different tractor tires at this fun tractor type show that we were at. I think it was the Ag Progress Days, if I remember right, for Penn State, which is who I work for. So they love sitting inside tractor tires and posing for photos, and I love it too because it makes great scrapbook material and I can watch them grow in my scrapbook pages, and I just love it. So I'm just going to place both of those photos down of my two boys on top of those paper layers, and then I pulled out an acrylic sunglasses piece from Not Just for Boys Kit Club. This actually came with my June kits, and I just love these cute little sunglasses, so I wanted to make sure I used up one of those. And then I pulled out those little geo tags you can see on the top right to use as some of my acrylic pieces too. I've pulled out some little arrows, but I don't end up using those. I'm just going to continue embellishing this a little bit and then add a couple little more acrylic pieces to it. I pull out this cute little Vicki Boutin clip here. It's like a binder clip. I place it down at the top of my photo here, but then I don't end up keeping it there. I do layer this cute little phrase here on top of it, but that stays, but I move the clip to another location because I end up adding something else behind there in the end. So I'm just going to continue embellishing this, and then I'm going to pop some more acrylic bits on here. I'm going to pop one of those cute little geotags on the top of my photo, and I'm going to add some cute little hearts. These are by Color Cast Designs. So yeah, I'm just going to add a few more little bits. I actually decided to pop up the sun because I thought it needed a little bit more dimension up there. So I decided to pop it up with some 3D foam tape. And then I'm just going to pull out these little die cuts from the Vicki Boutin Wear to Next collection as well, and see what else I can add to this page. I really love this big flower, but I didn't like that it was going the same direction as the other one on the little suitcase embellishment, so I ended up not using that. and I just looked through my stash here to see what else I had, and I really like these little tickets since we were out and about and kind of traveling around, and so I chuck both of those there. And then I really like that sightseeing, but I wanted to use up some of these, I think these are actually by Vicki Boutin too, those little puffy stickers that are on the right. I have, as you can see, mostly titles left in that little sticker sheet, and it's kind of my goal this summer to use up some of the stash and stop buying so much. So I've pulled that out to use my title as Oh Happy Day. So I'm definitely using that, but I don't think I'm going to use anything else from that sheet. So I've just pulled out a couple little elements that I can use from that same Where to Next collection. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop down my title from this. So I'll use up that title, and then I just have a few left to use. And then I'm just digging through this pack of ephemera. As you can see, I've already used a sun, so I don't want to add another one. I've pulled out some of these little flowers. So I'm going to end up cutting this flower in half and using half on top and half on the side so I can tuck it into both places. And I'm just going to adhere all of that down with some Nouveau liquid adhesive. So I'm going to go ahead and place that down now and move on to the other ones. For this embellishment cluster, that's going to pretty much finish up that cluster, other than adding a couple little more acrylic bits to it. I'm just gluing down my sun. I like to glue down my acrylic pieces with that Nouveau glue too, because it does dry pretty fast and it dries clear, so you don't see it underneath there, which is really nice. I'm just fluffing up the edges of everything here just to give it a little bit more pop and dimension. And I've tucked that other little thing in the top of my photo there. You saw I moved that binder clip to the right. I ended up taking that little flaggy banner thing off. I thought it was a little distracting, so I took it off, but I really want to keep this happy streak because it just goes along with my photo, and they were just so happy in those tractor tires and they were just having a ball. So here's my little geotags. I'm going to pull out one of these and add to the top of my photo right there. And then I'm going to pull out some little acrylic hearts from Color Cast Designs as well. And I'm going to use a couple of those. They come with the centers and the outside outline. So I am just pulling them apart and using the individual pieces. And I'm just going to use a couple over here and then one on the other side to balance it out. So I'm just sticking with the white ones. I don't want to add any more color to this layout. It's already got plenty of color. This is pretty, it has a white background, so I've been doing a lot of white backgrounds lately, it seems like. I'm just going to finish sticking that down, and then I am going to kind of clean up my desk a little bit, get some of this stuff off of here, and do some gold splatters. I'm going to pop my date stamp down, and then cover up my photo for those splatters here in a minute. I'm going to add some stamping here as well. I pulled out Fossilized Amber Distress Oxide. That actually came with this kit as well, and I am just pulling out one of my stamp sets from the Not Just for Boys Kit Club and stamping some various phrases all around these little sun rays. Okay, now that all of my stamping is done, I'm covering up my photo, and I'm going to splatter some gold shimmer spray that I have here in my stash. So here is the finished layout. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. You can play along with this sketch in the 30 Days of Sketches Facebook group, which I'll link below for you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you check out the other contributors that are playing along today with me with the acrylic stash. So thanks so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.